fine. It's
You going live?
yeah, we're live.
Why are we live? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening. Hi, FNPers.
Hello,
Hey,
everyone.
Hello.
What are we talking about today?
Stuff.
I thought we'd talk about the latest K-dramas that have been coming out and maybe some K-pop.
Hello.
John, good? You good?
Oh yeah.
See? Common ground.
You like K-pop?
Okay, sorry, Alan, let's talk about the Rockets and how bad the refs screwed us.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on that.
Yeah, don't. I mean, when Curry, are you serious? When he didn't pass that ball right, I was like, oh no.
Jonathan, he played for the other team.
Well, that's what I meant. And then
he passed the ball, and you were like, oh no, because he passed the ball and they won.
Yeah, no, but when Curry went to go shoot the hoop ball into the sport hole, and then everybody cheered when it went in, and everyone's like,
no, they didn't, because they were playing in Houston. They were playing in Houston. No, it didn't happen like that. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Sport point.
So has GW made any big announcements? Anything came out today?
Something about like Warhammer Fantasy.
Do they call it that anymore? I don't think they call it that anymore.
They don't call it that anymore.
Oh my God! What did they announce today? It was something major that I got really excited about, and I think I got a little.
The Warglaive Armigers are going to be going pre-order this week. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and then they announced that really cool knight that everyone really wanted is not coming out until later. That was
yeah. What is that?
I
don't know.
TJ just broke that news to me today. I was like, why have I not been seeing pictures about the little dude?
Yeah.
What's going on? It's like, oh, it'll be later in the year. I'm like, why? Just take my money now.
Exactly.
Well, they'll take your money now, but you still won't get the model until towards the end of the year.
Where's your phone?
It's in my room.
I was like, who's talking?
Mini.
There better not be a little kid in my house. When did that happen?
All my kids better leave me alone.
How'd that kid get here? Go back in the basement.
I guess the other really big news that we could talk about is the Age of Sigmar 2nd Edition Soul Wars, which I'm actually pretty excited about.
Yeah.
All I have to say is GW's done it again. Those models are phenomenal.
Yep.
The ghost models look amazing, and then they're coming out with the paint. All you have to do is prime the thing white, and you put the paint on, and they're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's going to be amazing.
I like the spooky ghost. The spooky ghost models are good.
You know, I've been reading a lot lately is the fact on Warhammer Community is have y'all noticed that they kind of organized everything?
Yeah.
So you can just go and click on like one link, especially for the Age of Sigmar stuff, and it's all right there. I am very excited to get into Age of Sigmar with this new edition dropping.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Age of Sigmar, despite all the negative comments people make, especially if you were a hardcore Warhammer Fantasy fan, GW might not have had. They came out with a great game. Maybe not the best execution when it first came out, but since then they've corrected it with like the General's Handbook, and they learned a lot of lessons, especially when they dropped Warhammer 40,000 8th Edition, the Dark Imperium box last year. They've learned so much from that, and with their new direction, with their new CEO, their whole new staff, now that Kirby and a couple other people are gone, we're seeing that it's now moving more towards gamers. And this set, we're not going to be waiting a year and a half, almost 2 years to get our point values. Now we don't know exactly when those point values are going to drop, but with the lessons learned, it's going to happen probably just like it did with Dark Imperium.
I thought they announced that they were going to drop right after because the General's Handbook was supposed to come out almost immediately after, right? For 2019? Is that what they said, or am I wrong on that?
I might have missed that. They were dropping a lot concerning over the past few weeks about Age of Sigmar. I did not read fully today because I had to go in early for work.
Let me see what I'll read about what they say about they said something about the general handbook. I'll read it so y'all.
Okay, good. I'll tell you the one, and I know I know the majority of miniature gamers are males, and some people might not be too happy with female miniatures being in the game and everything, but coming from perspective, I've got a niece and two nieces. One of them she plays Lord of the Rings. Forgive her, but she is branching out she's got Space Hulk now. She's built that up, and she asked, besides Sister Battles, where are the female warriors? Where can I get those? And I'm like, well, Games Workshop doesn't make them right now. Well, now we know with Sisters of Battle coming out and these new Stormcast Eternals, and if you guys have been keeping up after the last open day they had, we know that the new chamber for the Stormcast Eternals is opening up, and we've got all these female spellcasters and warriors coming out. So my nieces are really super excited about this. I'm excited because I like seeing more than just male miniatures running about around the table. I like to see the diversity, especially coming from a military background and fighting and working alongside female warriors. I'm really excited about seeing these models, and they look good. They're not hypersexualized like some other model companies will do, which we might be showing later on today. It's very thematic, and it's I'm trying to think of the word here. I can't think of it. Functional. It's not. They're not running around with a tube top and exposing their midriffs. They're actually decked out in armor, and they're ready to fight. So it's actually geared towards male and female gamers, and not, like I said, hypersexualized. So I'm really digging that about Games Workshop new direction with the female models.
Yeah, the intro YouTube video is phenomenal because it shows the character, I forgot her name, but the Age of Sigmar, the Stormcast Eternal girl, and it shows her like fighting and like kicking butt, and then her helmet gets knocked off and her head's all shaved and she looks like a Billy Badass.
Yes.
About to tear shit up, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be cool. The only thing I was kind of disappointed is I thought maybe on the box set that they would have some of that in there, but it looks like it's mostly just the men type models, but then they're all kind of wearing like scarves, around their chest and stuff, so you can't really tell from the picture. I couldn't really tell at all if there are women maybe in there, kind of mixed in, because it kind of looks like some of the armor is smaller on some of them, so they may be women. So I don't know.
My friend Clint had mentioned that earlier or last week. Looking at the new miniatures, a lot of them have those scarves on. You have no idea if it's male or female anyways. Yeah. So there's nothing saying that those particular ones are male or female. So which is good because it's very neutral looking. Mm-hmm. Some of the armor does look a little slimmer. I did the whole zoom in, zoom out on several of the miniatures. So I think it's going to probably be, if it's like anything else with GW, maybe a 2-3 or 1-3, or I'm sorry, 1-4 ratio. If it comes in a box set, like a lot of, if it's like a 5-man box, it'll be probably 1 female body per 4 male bodies, something along that lines. Until Sisters of Battle come out.
Yeah, this is just amazing. And then I guess they call it the Nighthaunt, is just those models just look amazing. I'm not going to play either faction, so I don't really want to buy the box set, but like the models just look amazing because I'm gonna go Blades of Corn. I'm just going to continue building on my Corn stuff because I want to get some of the big hulking guys that have all like the main troops. I want to get some more of those and stuff and add them and then mix in some more bloodletters and stuff. But
yeah,
it's just truly amazing, this box set and all the stuff you're going to get in it too.
Oh yeah, that and if it sticks to the normal Games Workshop product line, that box set's probably going to be we're actually worth about 3 times its actual value. It'd probably be I'm going to bet about $130, $150 worth, our actual retail price. But then it's probably going to be close to like $350 worth of stuff, like Dark Imperium is.
Yeah.
saw the stuff that's in this box is ridiculous.
Yeah, I like the new core book. Looks amazing. It's got the girl on the front cover, and she looks like she's about ready to stomp butt. And just, I think they're including the War Scrolls too, which would be awesome in the box set, which is totally awesome. I really wish GW would kind of implement that on the 40K side, like they're doing on the Knights that are coming out this weekend. They finally have like data sheets and data scrolls, which is kind of what they've been doing on the Sigmar side, which is awesome. But yeah, Volantis asked, why do AOS models look better and have more detail than 40K models?
Yeah.
Because they're fantasy.
I think it's the fantasy aspect. It has to be.
Yeah, it really does. Well, that's what I don't know why I typed the comment instead of just saying it. Probably the difference is, like, in 40K, you're looking at mass-produced, like, you got printing presses and 3D printers or whatever it is they use. Or in a fantasy, man, everything's going to be handcrafted. You've got artisans that are sitting there cranking away. And if anybody's caught our last segment, when we're talking about the Warhammer Adventures, one of the characters in there is actually part of all the smiths. She's actually an engineer, or a blacksmith. So that's something that's probably why it's very more elaborate. Just kind of reflecting the era that the game is based on.
It's a rat terrier. Okay, that's what that little bitty thing is. It's a rat terrier back there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my daughter's dog. My daughter picked that dog out from the pen.
I need to know, what is that thing over your right shoulder, Jonathan? It looks like a stuffed dog or right over there. What is that?
Why are you poking in the butt?
It's a pig bank.
Oh, okay.
Like,
every week, that thing gonna move? I'm just waiting for that thing to move.
No.
Why is he poking in the butt for?
Well, because it was right here.
Amazing.
If people have been paying attention to the Warhammer community page, they have been really blitzing it, going over every single faction and kind of giving you a tidbit of what's coming up for those factions and how they're kind of like reorganizing everything, especially with links to their actual web store. And they're just kind of they're doing their best to show you, hey, these are the changes that may or may not be reflected in your upcoming army, and kind of giving an idea of what play to expect. Like TJ already mentioned it, he's going to play Corn Reavers. Is that right, or Blood Reavers?
No, Blades of Corn is what they call them.
Okay. And I'm looking at Daughters of Cain, because that Marathi model is just stunningly beautiful. I just can't wait to get my hands on that and paint that. It's just so awesome. But as I look at each faction, they're really breaking down, and it's not going to be big changes to the system. It looks like everything that they learned from Age of Sigmar's first release, through the two generals handbooks and all the feedback from the tournaments and everything, and their play testers, since GW has been reaching out to other organizations besides their own in-house play testers, which is really just all the codex designers getting together and go, hey, I got this great idea, let's do this. And now they're still doing that. They'll still do their in-house play test, but now they're shooting it out to these groups like Frontline Gaming are getting their hands on it, and a couple other groups, especially there in Europe. And we're starting to see that already with 40K, how those changes are being reflected. And I think we're going to see that. So everybody that kind of got turned off with Age of Sigmar the first time around, it's looking like this is going to be the time to get back in, because I think they're going to get it.
See, I thought you were going to say they were going to get turned on. I was waiting for it, and it never came.
Oh, no, no Freudian slips tonight yet.
Oh, I got turned on as soon as I saw all this stuff.
But I think this is going to be the time to get back in, because you still have that army. It's still sitting in there. You tried selling it on eBay, and it didn't sell, or you've just been waiting because you really like the genre, you like the history. I think this is going to be the time to get back in. Yes, I understand you Bretonian players are still not happy. Nobody's happy that Bretonians are currently gone.
No.
But it happens. So,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm in John's boat, dude. I'm really excited for this to happen. I think the way they're going to release it now is going to be so much more exciting. You know, a big release, your old battle tomes. What's up, Renfro? But like, yeah, your battle tomes are all going to be still available for you to use. They're not going away, you know. So it's not like a new edition's dropping and you got to toss everything out, you know, which is very good, you know. I mean,
right.
I feel like they've learned a lot from the last edition, you know, with the whole fiasco behind fantasy as it kind of ended, you know, when people bought all these cool books. They were like, it's the end times. And they're like, yeah, down the drain now.
Yeah, we're talking about that today.
Oh, what's up, Jonathan?
So we were talking about that earlier today, about buying all the books. And then they were like, well, new edition.
Yeah.
Have you guys looked at those spells? The spooky spells?
You mean the markers for the spells?
Yes.
I think they're awesome. I want to use them as objective markers in 40K.
I know.
Yeah. And their objective markers look really awesome too. The objective markers they're coming out with.
Yeah.
Y'all see those? Those look really amazing.
They look really good.
I think like we could just even paint those up and use them in like a Pathfinder D&D campaign, you know?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're amazing. But yeah, they did show that they are going to release some models. The ones with the small hammers and stuff are coming out, and they showed that they're going to release more of those. And the girl from the video is one of the main characters, which looks like
I'm looking at that right now, man. I was just going to say that before you did. I'm not super stoked now. That model's mine.
It is.
I can't wait.
You know what? I think Clay brings up. Clay just said that he's thinking about snagging the new box set, you know, but no one plays AOS as his shop. I think with this release coming out, people will, like, if you want to say, hey, let's start playing AOS, and now's the time to do it. Because a lot of people have stuff they probably still have from fantasy, or if you have demons or something, you can kind of push them over, you know, or just you can play really small point games of AOS and have a lot of fun because it's a completely, since there's not really a lot of shooting, it's like a completely different tactical game than 40K is, you know. 40K is just completely, you know, like a different animal set. Even though a lot of the rules kind of go over and transfer over when you play them, you know, like charging and the phases and stuff, but it's a completely different tactical game.
Yeah.
All the different weapons and magic's really important, you know, and stuff. And if you have things that can shoot, you can decimate things. So, but no, I mean, like, Clay, if I were you, man, this is the time I think you want to get everyone in your store pumped up about playing AOS. I know at least at Atomic, as soon as we're done with our escalation league for 40K, straight into an escalation league for AOS.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you show up at your local store and just bust out, just take the whole box up, and just sit there and just be painting or working on the model. Somebody's gonna sit down and talk to you about it, and you go, yeah, man, they fixed. You don't have to get all super excited and fluff it up. You can sit there and go, yeah, man, they just straight up fixed everything that they didn't do last time. The game's a lot cleaner. It's a lot faster play. Yeah, if you want, we can just sit down. Yeah, I can show you real quick how it goes. Yeah, and knock it out, man. It's really, once you start, is one of those type of games, once you start that conversation and people actually see it in play, that really sparks the interest, and it kind of eases that buyer anxiety that people end up having when it comes to these type of products. They're just like, man, I really want to do it because those models are awesome, but I've heard so much BS about the game from the vocal minority that it's kind of ruined it for me. But once you dispel the myths and the hysteria over the negative aspects of the release in the game, all of a sudden people are going to start coming out, and they're going to want to learn about it. They're going to want to play it. It might not be this mad rush, but it will happen. But you got to take that step forward. Be a leader, Clay. Be a leader.
Yeah. It's just kind of like when, 8th edition was dropping, man. I remember people were complaining, whining. I was so excited. I was ready to be done with 7th.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, and Alan can probably back me up on this wholeheartedly. Being a TO during the 7th edition, I was about ready to quit the hobby because of 7th edition.
I think we're all just about burned out at that point.
Yeah. If it wasn't for 8th edition getting announced, I probably would have stepped away from 40K, which I haven't done in nearly 30 years.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy when you really think about it. Because I mean, when a new edition drops, you should be pumped and excited because they're making changes to the game that's going to improve it and make it better. I felt like GW, they learned something when they went from 7th to 8th edition. They really did learn that they can make a game change and it'll be even more popular than it was. But I think a lot of people were tired of 7th, like what 6th went into 7th and kind of just led on to that. It was just it stopped being a fun game. Is really what happened.
I think they go from what they learned from 7th to 8th. I'm feeling that Age of Sigmar is going to end up doing the same thing.
Yep.
I think you're going to see that explosion on the scene like we did with 8th edition. It's going to bring everybody back out. And if things keep progressing the way they are with Las Vegas Open tickets selling out pretty quick, if I can't order mine on Thursday, then I might be getting an Age of Sigmar ticket for Las Vegas Open.
Yeah, did you see that? Like, they have like 100 tickets left now out of 500 or something already?
Yeah. I bought mine today. I called my wife and I was like, honey, remember that thing I went to? I want to do it again. Can't buy tickets.
Yeah, I know. Last time I saw it, they sold 400 in 24 hours, and then someone posted before I posted saying, "Nope, there's only 99 left," and then I posted, "There's only 98 left."
Yeah.
I basically did the same thing Jonathan did. I turned to my wife and said, "Hey, babe, can I go ahead and have $120, please?"
I mean, like yesterday, I literally they announced it at 9 a.m. Eastern or something that it was going on sale. Like literally, I jumped on and I think about 11, or it'd have been 12. It was about noon our time, and like the high roller package was already gone. I was just like, damn.
Yeah,
that was the only one I wanted to do was do the high roller if I was going to do it, Because last year, man, they got freaking Shadespire in the high roller package. I was amazed. So
you know what? All those people don't have wives.
They're just waiting. Like when they go on sale, now click.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to get it pre-approval. It has to be double stamped and then triple stamped.
Yeah, because if you don't, you'll never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
Sir,
thanks for pointing out about those of us that don't have wives. I appreciate that. Wife me.
okay, it can be good and bad. There's positives and negatives. Mostly positives.
Well, hopefully Thursday I'm getting my Las Vegas Open ticket. I might have to be eating ramen for a couple weeks, but it'll be worth it securing that spot right now.
Yeah.
So Surreal asks, any opinions on the Night Haunt teaser stuff?
All right.
I don't know enough about the fluff right now to say, but I think those models look amazing. And my guess is they're going to be really hard to kill and move very fast.
Man, I'm going to just keep calling them spooky ghosts. And then when I move them, we're like, ooh.
What I want to know is who their main leader is, whoever this female character is that they kind of teased in some of the photographs or of some of the artwork, the Murtark of Death or something, or Matark, whatever they call him. I'm wondering who that's going to be, and if it's a character that might have died during the end of times and is now back as the leader of the Night Haunts. Some of the artwork I've been seeing, it looks like it's a woman with a veil over her face and a wedding dress, all incorporeal-ish looking with flowers, and I mean, looks kind of like creepy weird, but I know it's going to probably be, if it's like the Marathi model, it's probably going to be a freaking awesome model.
So these guys aren't the same as the spooky ghosts now?
No, well, there's the ghost that you can get in the Legions of Undead or Legions of Nagash.
Yeah.
But the ones he's talking about are the ones that are in that new box set, the Soul Wars that they just announced. That's the Night Haunts.
No, I know, but are they going to be a completely different faction? Essentially.
Yeah, they will be another faction of the for the undead.
Oh, okay.
Because in the clip they show them kind of coming out with they show them kind of coming from Nagash, because Nagash looks like so. I mean, they say this is the best way to kick off a new Night Haunt force or add to a contingent of these Ethereal killers to the legions of Nagash.
Yes.
I think it's all deck. So I think it's going to be addition into the Nagash stuff you already have.
Yeah. And it looks like, I mean, just kind of like some of the little tidbits that they gave us on about the Night Haunts is that Nagash is not too happy, or that this faction leader is not happy with Nagash. It's like they almost been, if I'm reading it right, it looks like it might have been cast at a wayside or been largely ignored or whatever. And they're being dead, they're probably pretty pissed at everyone, including their creator.
Yeah. Because right now, the only thing, let me share it out real quick. The only thing, let's see here, where is the share my screen at? The button. Let me share screen. Share screen. Share. Not you. This is really right now. I think it's shared out, right, guys?
Yep.
Okay. So right now, this is the only thing they really have for the Night Haunt. It's the Tormented Spirits, which is kind of this collection right here. There's not really much else on the GW site when it comes to them. So this is just going to add, I guess, just a completely new portion of the Army of Death. So, but it looks like it is Grand Alliance, all armies of death. So, yeah, the Legions and Gash, will probably do something to them. But this is really all the Night Haunts you have right now. So, I do think this is definitely going to be a good addition. And these models look wicked too. So, badass.
Lances brings up a good point. Do you think I would be kicked out of a tournament if I had a fog machine and I kept it going? I would hit the little button and kept my spooky ghost going.
No.
No, I have a feeling Age of Sigmar is probably not going to be as super competitive as like 40K is. I think I kind of envision Age of Sigmar being kind of more like Horus Heresy is, more about the fluff and the storyline and progression. I don't think you're going to see like mid-maxing like you do in 40K. So people were saying, a little fog machine, as long as it's not taking up a huge amount of space on the table or it's in the way, I don't see anybody having a problem with that.
That'd be
I think someone should happen in 40K and started sound effects.
Dude, imagine having that, going to LVO and having that set up for the Games Workshop live stream. They would snag you up in a heartbeat.
I know.
To live stream that game.
Oh, yeah, they would. What is up, Jeff Russell?
Hey.
I'm just going along with chat.
Oh, man. That would be so cool, though. Have that, and then be like, oh, dude, you can have, like, a haunted house music playing.
Oh.
Man, it was up in the air between mermaids and spooky ghosts, and I am probably going to do spooky ghosts now.
Yeah.
Mermaid models are beautiful. However, that painting looks intricate. And then spooky ghosts looks quick and easy.
And I swear I'm not trying to push some female agenda, but I'm looking at some of these ghost models. Man, they're new banshees, the Mirrormorn banshees. They're some sort of diabolical wizard hunters. I really like seeing female models because, I might like girls, but I really like seeing this, especially seeing other companies where I mentioned before they do the hypersexualization of the models and everything, which they're awesome. But I do like seeing it toned down and seeing a very practical effect. And looking at like the Mirrormorn Banshees, I mean, they pulled off making that nice ethereal ghostly shape. You can see, I don't know if you guys go take a look at the picture. I mean, it looks like their clothing is empty. It's
Right,
really cool.
TJ got it. Yeah, yeah. I was looking at them. That looks cool.
Really cool.
Yeah, I just like the cool effects like that. That really shows that GW is listening to the people that are playing the game, and they're really branching out. Because I think they might be hesitant to do like all females armies, like the Sisters of Battle. I think one of the things that they might have thought about for the longest time is nobody's going to play those. Nobody likes those, but they're now starting to see more and more, and as female gamers are now steadily increasing on the scene. We're now looking at like around 32%. I think one of the last polls I had read, about 32% of tabletop war gamers are female gamers. These big companies like Games Workshop, they might be behind the power curve just a little bit, but they're now stepping up their game, making sure that they are reaching out to all genders, everything like that, all communities, cultures. Looking at the new Warhammer little daily or weekly cartoon, it looks like you've got two Stormcast Eternals running around. So far, they've been pretty funny, but one's female, the other one's male, and I'm just saying that since I've been playing this game for all these years, I'm just happy to see a new direction that Games Workshop is going in. They're going to like majorly increase their customer base, especially when they're doing stuff like this, relaunching Age of Sigmar, cleaning up the game, making it better, and then diversifying it. This is a good move for any game of any level.
Making it all inclusive and a safe
Yes,
space for all.
it should be. Because war does not take sides. Well, I guess maybe take sides, but they don't care who you are, what you look like. You're going to war. You're going to fight people. You're going to kill people.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say war never changes, and I was like, "Yay, Fallout quote."
Yeah, and Corn doesn't care what kind of your skull it is, as long as it's a skull. So
That's right.
Blood doesn't have a
The
gender.
blood flows.
All right, well, I'm done kicking the dead horse.
Okay. Well, I think we all are very excited about the new Age of Sigmar. I think we'll definitely start seeing us more of us playing as soon as it comes out. So I am very excited about that. And the other, I guess, what else? So GW is this week is the big release for the ability for us to walk with the giants.
Yes.
Hooray! I'm so excited.
So who's doing a night army?
Me.
Anybody?
Me.
Alan, no?
I'm
John?
on the bandwagon.
I've got my
bandwagon.
I've got a super secret special side project that I'm working on that I can't deviate until that's done, and then I'll go crazy with the knights.
I know the secret.
It's a secret army.
What's that?
Models. It's a secret army of models.
It is. So that's the secret.
It's a 40K faction, guys. I know that.
Yes, it is. It's going to win me best appearance at the Las Vegas Open.
Ooh.
I know who I'm voting for.
Yes.
But you got to beat me, though, John. You got to beat me.
Well, I'll tell you what. You vote for me. I vote for you.
That's good. And I'll make sure everyone else votes for you.
Yeah, you don't want to vote for yourself.
Are you kidding me?
Then you guys can vote each other off, and it makes itself better. Because when you vote yourself, it's boring.
No. It's not boring because that puts you one step closer to winning. It's
Correct.
not boring. Don't take this away from me, Jonathan.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. But
I am hoping this weekend, since the Night Codex drops, we're not one of those big YouTube channels. We don't get it previous in all the model releases. So
hey,
right now I've got 2 armigers all painted up. I'm
Like
trying to get them painted for this weekend. What?
we only need like 7,000 more to get those.
Subscribers? Oh yeah, guys. So tell your friends to subscribe. All 4 of them. So
Hey, that's not nice.
Well,
What?
if you think about it, if you get 4 people, then those 4 people get 4 people.
that's what I'm talking about. You just ask 2 of your friends to subscribe. That's all you have to do. Just 2.
That's all they have to do. Just hit subscribe. That's it.
That's it. So I'm hoping this weekend, if someone wants to play me, that I'll get my 2 armigers done, and I have another House Terran Knight that I painted up a while ago. That at least I can do a small Knight Force, and maybe I can do them with AdMech or something else. But I'm hoping maybe I can get a game in either with Jonathan, or I know John's going up to this like really cool event in Dallas this weekend. I don't know why anyone would want to go see this new Warhammer store thing, but that's fine. Maybe Alan can play me with his new Death Watch.
Well, maybe.
Maybe.
I know I need to get up there and get my event game in.
Yeah. Or maybe does your son have a fully painted army?
He does.
Which army? Don't tell me the Necrons, because I don't want to play that loser army. That's
No. He actually has been working very diligently on a army for Warzone, his Iron Warriors.
nice.
What happened to his AdMech? He was so about it. Now
He doesn't have enough money to go ahead and buy the stuff to get the AdMech ready, so he's going to do Iron Warriors because he has just about everything he needs right now.
tell him send them Necrons.
And if not, then he'll just steal it from me when I'm not looking.
He's like, Dad's not going to miss this Medusa.
Yeah, he's trying to convince me out of my Sakaran from my 30K World Eaters, and at least 1 Scorpius from my 30K World Eaters. I was like, nope, I'm going to know if those are gone.
That's going to be funny. So, hopefully I can get a game in, but I really want to try to get that painted so at least I can do a small contingent of Knights and have a normal army. So maybe I'll do that in Grey Knights, or I'll do that in AdMech or something Imperium. So I definitely want to try to get that on the channel. So.
Well, Jonathan, if you're wanting to do the Knights, man, they're going to be allowed at Warzone Houston. So you got time. You got like, what, 4 models to paint, build and paint? Plenty of time, dude.
That's true. And I got a big plan already to paint them. Knock them right out. Might bring them.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I was watching the Tabletop Tactics video, and they did the battle report for their Knight army, and it was 2 armigers, 2 normal Knights, and 1 big Knight. That was it, and that was 2,000 points. I was just like, oh my God, I could do that quickly.
Oh, surreal.
That was awesome.
Funny. I said, we're in Houston. He says, impossible. Not a single Texas flag or cowboy hats.
I mean, would my tramp stamp be all right? I can show.
Oh, but we're in Houston, so it's a little different down here.
Yeah.
That's true. Being in Houston is different than being in Texas.
Yes, Houston is a very diverse city. I'll tell you that.
I've merely adopted Texas. I was not molded by it.
Go back to Ohio, wherever you're from.
Ohio?
That's me.
Sorry, Mississippi.
I am from Mississippi.
Go back to Biloxi.
I'm from Oregon.
No, you're from Mississippi. That's where you grew up. You just don't want to show us your Mississippian accent. That's what you're doing.
Oh, I had to practice to not use my Mississippi accent because my wife didn't like my Mississippi accent. Because when I bring out like this, and I'd say things like Mississippi, and I'm fixing it, and it gets a little strong, especially if I'm around some other Mississippians. And I don't know why, but I ended up drawing out my words, and my wife was like, "All right, you gotta change it because I don't know a lot of the slang you're using and all the other stuff." And so I changed it, so I talk a little bit more properly, and I slow down and say the correct words instead of just drawing it out. It does happen sometimes because it doesn't go away.
You're such a good ball.
Hey, I know we're talking about the Imperial Knights. To dial back just real quick, they released 2. Well, there's a lot of sneak leaks going on out there, but there's two of the new stratagems I was just like really super excited about. First one I want to talk about is Death Grip.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys haven't seen Death Grip yet, this stratagem, it costs 1 command point, and I'm not going to read the whole thing, but essentially, if you are equipped with a Thunderstrike Gauntlet, a Paragon Gauntlet, which is probably a relic, or Freedom's Hand, probably another relic, you go up and you resolve an attack. And if the attack hits, you're going to hold that. Basically, you're going to pick up that enemy model, and they're going to take D3 mortal wounds. Then both players are going to roll off at their respective model strength characteristic. And if you win, well, if your opponent wins, they're going to break free. But if you win, you're going to do another D3 wounds, and D3 mortal wounds. And then you roll off again and again and again. You're going to continue to do so until either that model breaks free or slain. That might slow down gameplay, but man, you're basically just sitting there death shaking.
Warlord. Hi.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, John, when I read that, it says your respective model's strength characteristics to the result, right?
Correct.
With the Thunderstrike Gauntlet, it's ×2 strength, and you're what, strength 8? Does that mean rolling off on streak 16?
Well,
it's probably unmodified.
I'm thinking it's going to be the
unmodified.
I think it's going to be the unmodified. It's respective model strength characteristic, not the strength characteristic of the weapon.
Okay.
So my guess is that rules as intended, and they'll probably FAQ this to be wrong. There will be those people that are going to say it is ×2 strength, and it could very well be. But the way I'm reading it, it's that model's initial strength characteristics. We see stuff like that and other abilities throughout the different codexes. So, but still, I think what's a knight's normal strength? Like 10, 12?
It's 8, I think.
Oh, well, still, that's not bad.
Real quick, Alan, did you have a typo?
Did I have a typo?
In your comment. You said over. You meant under.
Oh, no. Not on my side of town.
Okay, because I drive an hour each way, so that's 2 hours a day, and I can vouch that it's 10 to 20 under on a constant in the left lane.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
On my side of town, people are going 10 to 20 over the speed limit. But then occasionally you get that one person that likes to drive in the fast lane that's going 10 miles under, stopping everyone behind it, and they're just not a care in the world. Just
Yep.
Yeah. Well, no, I remember I went to one of the times Man of War came to Houston, or not came to America. They went to Ohio, and I was like, I have to go. So I hopped in the car, drove to Ohio, and I'll never forget it. Middle of Ohio, they got cars parked on the road, and the person in front of me, and he just stops, puts his car in park, puts his windows up, locks his car, and then goes in the store. I'm in the middle of the road. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? And people were going around me like it's normal. I'm like, this is not normal. Yeah, not a fan.
Anyway, Surreal just posted a very good point.
Yep.
The freaking harpoon is useless against quantum shielding.
What's quantum shielding do?
You have to roll basically under the damage profile. And yeah, so.
Well, does a 1 still count as failure? I mean, being under 1, like a 1's all.
Got to state a rule that states that 1s don't always fail now.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean,
so theoretically, if it does 1 damage, like if you shoot with a bolt gun or something like that at a guy with a quantum shielding, if you hit, you wound, it goes through, it takes 1, plain and simple. But if you shot with a weapon that is 2, and say you do 3 wounds or 2 damage each, if he rolls any 1s under that, those 2 are ignored. So with your harpoon, yeah, I mean, you're guaranteed to roll under that. So,
God.
the harpoon,
Necrons?
yeah, just don't fight Necrons. So, but John, when I was reading about the Thunderstrike Gauntlet and the Death Grip, I got really excited because the knight I put together does have a Thunderstrike Gauntlet. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so going to use that.
Oh, I love that.
Dude, I always think back at like the Gundam stuff, like when they grab something and they're smashing it and it's cracking and it's slowly getting smashed and the guy's inside and you see him like this and then it fills with blood because they squished it completely. Ugh,
Yeah.
so good.
So,
I think it's going to be really awesome. The other one, and this goes back to, we were just talking earlier about that one night model that they're not going to release till later. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about. I think I was talking about it last episode about that knight being able to eject out of his, or that pilot be able to eject out of the knight. You have that next stratagem, the noble sacrifice, and basically you run up with your knight, and you're going to roll a couple dice to see if it detonates. Basically, you're just going to go up and intentionally detonate, and it could potentially do like a 3d6 area instead of a normal, I think, d6 area. But I wonder if that's going to come into play, especially with that model or the knights in general. If you can just sprint up there and eject your pilot, blow up your knight, and do all these mortal wounds and everything to everybody in range. I mean, this might be a thing. You might see armigers just blitzing the lines and detonating every other turn or every turn.
Yep, on a 4+.
Yeah,
it's going to be brutal. Yeah, that one. But the one thing I was looking at that, I saw it used on Tabletop Tactics was the Hawk Shroud. So did you hear about the Hawk Shroud house? Their house rule. So whatever damage you're at, so let's say you have 24 wounds on your knight, right? You've taken 12 wounds, right?
Correct.
You're at 12, right? Well, according for the profile though, it counts as double whatever your remaining wounds are. So you have to get really almost dead before you start really seeing yourself get degraded.
Wow.
Which is incredible. So I think for competitive play, we're going to see a lot of people playing Hawk Shroud. Because, I mean, even if you've taken 12 or 13 wounds, you're still firing at 2-ups, You actually have to get down to 6 or below that before you get on that 12 or lower, And then, like, I didn't see this coming either, but so then Lawrence popped it, and their house stratagem is if a knight's within like 6 inches, it can overwatch for you. It's 2 command points. So he had his normal knight, and then the one with the conflagration cannon right next to it, and then Mortarion charged, and he's like, guess what? I'm going to overwatch with this guy.
Oh.
And so he just overwatched with that and almost took out Mortarion. But it's just one of those things, you're looking at that, and like if you're not used to playing a knight army, you got to be careful who you're charging. And then it can make a 2d6. And then the other part of the rule, it can make a 2d6 heroic intervention.
Interesting.
If you're in close combat, can you shoot?
A knight, they're Titanic. And just walk out of close combat, right?
I think they can do that, but I was just wondering if they're in close combat, can they just shoot?
I think you still have to be more than an inch away from the model, so they would just walk out of close combat. The Titanic, you can just leave close combat, right? I don't think you can shoot if you're in close combat with the knight. Pretty sure you can.
Oh.
But yeah.
Oh my God!
You could just walk out, shoot, and charge again.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're talking about that. I was talking about that one model that's the pilot. Probably a lot of people already know this. Okay, so it looks like that's going to be Canis Rex, and it's probably already announced and I missed it. But yeah, there's 2 different profiles for Canis Rex. One is actually for the knight. The other one is for Sir Hector. His own separate profile. And I can't read the rules. The picture somebody sent me here, but I'm guessing he's got his own special rules for when he's outside of the knight. They normally wouldn't give a characteristic for the knight pilot. So it looks like he might be the one you want to run up there and detonate, pop out, and he's the one that has the Freedom's Hand, which can't really see here. ×2 strength, -4 AP, 2d6 damage.
Oh wow!
Yeah, because the problem is that knight. That knight is also going to be the castigator. What is it?
It's a free blade, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a free blade, but that knight is. There's also a new knight in the Codex, and I know I watched Winter's video and he talked about it a little bit, but it's going to be the Preceptor Knight. And that Preceptor Knight is supposed to like do some buffs and stuff to your army. So that's the sad part about that model not coming out, is that knight is supposed to help like your knight army overall in general. So it'll be very interesting to see when they actually. I can't wait to get the codex this weekend so I can read over that new knight, because I'll probably end up having to be like, well, I guess I got to buy Canis Rex so I can get that other knight.
I'm not going to be at Eden Games on Friday for work, but I think I'm going to go by just to go ahead and grab the codex. I'm reading that the Freedom's Hand that we can do that death grip with.
Yep.
And it already says treat any damage roll less than 6 made with this weapon as a 6 instead. So you are always going to do 6 damage with that Freedom's Hand.
Wow.
And if it was a vehicle or a monster, I'm guessing this is anything with the Thunderstrike Gauntlet or anything similar. Yeah, on a 4-up, you roll a d6. On a 4-up, basically you're going to throw that at a unit within 9 inches, and that unit's going to take D3 mortal wounds from having their big Carnifex or a Rhino thrown at them.
Yeah.
This guy's going to be a beast. He's got all sorts of extra different weapons. He's got a Strength 12 D6 weapon. Yeah, I'm excited.
Where's the article they had where they had some of that stuff on there for the knights when they talked about?
Well, do you want me to send you a link, or do you want me to say it?
No, I was talking about because I was reading that Bella Lost Souls article where they were talking about the knight and that they have the relic for the glaive or something, but it makes it damage 10 or some shit.
Yeah.
So they were talking about the combinations you can do if you want to do a Knight Gallant. And I was like, dear Lord, that's going to be brutal.
And like I said last week when we were talking, or it might not have been me, but when we were talking about armigers are probably going to be the real workhorse of your army. You're probably going to see them more than any of the other knights.
Yeah.
Looks like out of the 22 heirlooms, which are basically relics, that's 22 of them. There's a couple in there that are geared towards warglaives. So knights, GW really outdid themselves this time.
Yeah, they did. Makes us all want to go out and buy a ton of knights.
Oh, makes us. Oh, I already did that.
Yeah, I may have done that too. Yeah, I'm going to go a little bit different, I think. But no, I've got the 2 armors I'm painting up there.
Dude, look at this art. It's so good.
Which art?
The art.
Which art?
In the link.
Art in what link?
Look at your face, the team chat.
Oh, the team chat. Okay, got it.
Oh,
I was hoping you were going to show us your favorite picture, Jonathan.
oh, it's in there. It's also my wallpaper. Love that.
I don't know if they'll be able to step over swarms, but I'll tell you, man, they can. All they have to do is just walk up swarms, kick them a couple times, and the swarms are going to be gone.
Yeah, they got stompy feet, right?
Yeah, they sure do. And you know what? If you get tied up on your turn, still fighting the swarm, that's probably still going to be okay, because you don't want to be left out in the open to where you can get shot at. So getting stopped by a swarm of Nurglings until their turn of close combat and you wipe them out in time for your turn might not be a bad thing.
Yeah. Because, I mean, then they're not going to get shot, so that's always good.
Right. And I think that's a big thing, is that you want to, for the most part, get these knights up and engaged in close combat. Yeah, they lose their invulnerable save, but that's where, like, the Armiger, the Warglaive, they're going to do their work there, or the Crusader, or whichever one is the close combat of the Questoris. You want to get them up there. You don't, or get them stuck inside of a building so they're getting a cover save. But you don't want them out in the open for too long. You need to get them across the board and in the mix, so they're not getting shot by tons of Dark Eldar lances that we know some people like to do.
So you were sitting on all these leaks and you didn't say nothing?
I thought you guys were aware of this.
No.
I am a bad man. I am so sorry, guys.
So, ritual of repairing. It says a vehicle gains D3 lost wounds if there's a tech priest or a tech marine from your army on the sarcastic forged shrine, and they have not used this ability to repair another vehicle this turn. So, do you think tech marines are going to be in the codex?
They might. I think that what they might have is I can never remember what they call them, but they have their tech priest guys. They've got a special name for it, but they're essentially tech priests.
Engine seers.
Here's
It's not engine seers. They actually call them something else for the knight households.
Oh,
I'm trying to remember. When the Knights first came out, there's this big chat book that featured all the households, and it explained the whole history of each of the houses, and it talks about the organizations, how people are broken out into the minor nobles, the major nobles, your huntsmen, your basic infantry, their household guard that are like your Imperial Guard version, with their las locks, which are like las guns, but they look like flintlocks basically. I don't think we'll see them, but I think that might be the auto sacristan. I think sacristan is the name. Yeah, what is it?
I was saying that I was reading the sacristan thing. Yeah,
I think that is the name of what they call the tech priest. So this is an automated version, and I'm guessing that is probably I think that's at the Forge Shrine. Yeah, it's right there. It says the Forge Shrine. That's that piece of terrain that comes in the Renegade box. If you guys had pre-ordered that, that's something that's a piece of terrain that you guys are going to be able to use. Run your knights up there and repair, reload, refuel.
Run refuel. Dude, this is so cool. Oh,
yeah.
Man. I didn't know that was going to be, I thought it was just going to be more of a decorative. I didn't know it's going to be like.
No, that's going to be a piece of terrain like your Sky Shield landing pad. This is going to be something great. For you guys that can't see this, the rite of refueling is something that you can do with that piece of terrain that comes in the Renegade box. And you do this until the end of your next movement phase. You increase the move characteristic of the vehicle by 6 inches. Yeah. Ritual of reloading. If the vehicle is equipped with shield breaker missiles, it regains all the shield breaker missiles that fired previously in battle. Let's see here. The other one is ritual of repairing. You can regain 3 lost wounds that turn.
Yep, instead of D3.
Yeah.
D3. Wow. Yeah. Only one could use a turn, but it doesn't say you can have multiple stations.
Right.
Could you imagine that? Having like a couple stations and your knights just. Oh.
Well, I see now what you meant about the tech priest or tech marine. So, yeah, I guess if you have a detachment, a second detachment, which most people like to do in this edition, you're probably going to have a guard detachment, I'm guessing, more than a marine detachment. You'll take a tech priest or tech priest. I don't know if they have tech priest with Skitar or the Adeptus Mechanicus, and just have them next door to it.
I wonder if engine seers do the same thing.
Is that
tech priest or tech marine?
Well, who has a tech priest? Is that Mechanicus?
Guard Mechanicus.
Is an engine seer the same thing as a tech priest model wise?
I thought so.
Yeah, tech priests are AdMech.
No, it says tech priest engine seer. Like popped up right there.
Yeah. Tech priest engine seers are both AdMech and then guard.
Oh, it's the same model. The full name is tech priest engine seer. I just keep calling them engine seers.
So it looks like with that ritual repairing, and it has the tech priest in bold letters, which we know that means keywords or the name of the unit. So as long as it has those keywords in there, yeah, man, have that nearby.
Yeah,
dude, I got like 4 of them with my because I had the 10 Lehman Russ army, and I had to have engine seers, the tech priests.
And which one was that?
Say again?
Which and we're reading about. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. We'll catch up to y'all.
Scroll down under stratagems, and right after stats, there's a picture that talks about the auto sacristan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's that terrain piece. So
for tech marine, okay. Yeah, so Tech Priest is going to be the engine seer, or it'll be Bella's Crawl, and also the Tech Priest Dominus also have that Tech Priest keyword.
Interesting.
So that'll be one from there.
And I've had a couple
pricey though.
I've had a couple people ask about the Armiger Helverin, the shooty Armigers. I've had a couple, not today, but people asking me if I knew what the damage profile is. And I mean, if it's leaked online, I guess it's all right to say what it is. But those autocannons are heavy 2d3 guys, strength 7, -1, 3 damage.
Oh,
Wow.
And you ignore the penalty to hit rolls for moving and firing with the heavy weapon. So, and those are gun machines right there.
Alan, you have something weird over your shoulder now.
He's probably stealing models or something.
What is that?
I'm going to ask a question, but you guys are.
Yeah. Stealing models or something.
Oh, he just stole something and ran.
Yeah.
back.
He's
So bad. So bad.
Yeah.
hey, at least you always have someone to play with at your house.
He won't play me.
Oh, why? Oh yeah, because you keep stomping him.
Yeah.
Well, stop. Let him win.
He has beat me officially one time. I mean, it was a 500-point game with his Necrons against my Death Watch.
Oh, well, that don't count. It's got to be full-fledged.
All right. Well, let's see here.
That's what it is.
Yep, that's
what I
it.
was talking about did we talk about the preceptor and for the Armiger class? You can reroll ones to hit.
Yes. Oh, we didn't talk about that, but yes.
That's the thing about the preceptor. That a lot of people are probably going to take it if they're going to be taking a lot of Armigers, because it allows you to re-roll ones within 6 inches of this model for Armiger class. So my guess, if you're going to run that, you're going to have those Armiger Helverins in the back with those 60-inch the Armiger autocannons, which are amazing because they're 60 inches. Never seen something so long in my life. It's just going to, crazy, man.
Well, it's going to be great. Also, if that Knight Preceptor's in the back, I'm looking at its main weapon profile is Las Impulsor. That's a long range weapon, obviously. Anywhere from high intensity at 18 inches or low intensity at 36 inches.
Yep.
The high intensity, I mean, yeah, you're going to be out of range if you're hanging back with the Helverns.
Yeah.
But at D6 shots, strength 12, -4, D6 damage. Or the heavy, or the low intensity, heavy 2D6, strength 6, -2, D3, which might be a little bit more geared towards killing some elite troops and such.
Yep.
It's kind of multi-laser.
Yeah, a multi-laser. Who has those?
I know. They're just like just chimeras.
Yeah, that's
Apparently this guy has one. He likes the multi-laser.
He picked it up off a chimera and put it on there.
I guess. What a weird thing.
You should have a mini las cannon or something.
GW missed such an opportunity to change the name from Titanic Feet to Stompy Feet. I always think of them going.
Maybe on orcs they'll get it right. They'll call it Stompy Feet on orcs.
Yes, that must be what they're waiting for.
And the Eldar Wraith Knights, they should have called it like a rainbow kick or butterfly stomp. Remember when they used to stomp in 7th and they had the big thing with the little foot was like that big?
Yep.
They're like, how you stomp on anything? You're adorable. Stop.
Are we talking about the Eldar one?
Yeah, the Wraith Knight.
Oh no, your little feet's gonna stop me. Oh, poor Wraith Knight. Don't break yourself.
But it's going to be interesting. I mean, this army doesn't look like it has a lot of synergy, like say Dark Eldar, or Yanari, or pretty much almost like any other army. But there's going to be some nice, interesting combos. This is definitely kind of like what we saw with the Harlequins. This is definitely going to be a good army to boost your main army, or having this and then having a small detachment or something to support them. That because they're going to miss out on a variety of things here. if you just run them by themselves. I mean, it's still going to look awesome if you're just going to run a full night army. But if you're going to be shooting for like Las Vegas Open, Warzone Houston, Dallas Open, or like War Games Con in Austin, you are going to be going up against a lot of top competitors, and you're going to have a hard time with just a full night army, just from what we're seeing right now. I'm not saying.
I don't foresee them being competitive. I mean, they're more fun, if anything, and easy to
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, I would say they're going to be a mid-tier army.
Yeah.
Low mid-tier, and that's just based off just what we're seeing here and based on what we've seen in the past. They're still going to give some people trouble. Even top players are going to have trouble with this army. I mean, they'll get around it, but they're still going to have trouble with it.
Yeah. I think in general, knights are it's like who your matchup is. You know, it's one of those things. It's I think when you play a knight army, you're going to get a favorable matchup and not a favorable matchup. You know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, let's say you take on, I don't know some of the armies out there. You know, I can't name them all, but it's just going to be dependent on what the other person has. So if it's like a horde army, you'd be like, oh, I may get this pretty easily, you know, because once again, you're going to blow them away with all your firepower, right? Take out the hordes and these big things, and you're just going to come up and stomp them to death. So I think it'll just depend who you get matched up. But I think if I'm going to play knights, I'll play a whole knight army for fun. But then, But then what I'll do is I'll probably either mix them with AdMech to give AdMech a little more boost, a little bit more fun with the AdMech, or maybe I'll throw them with some Grey Knights, and that'll be kind of a fun army to play, like Grey Knights and some Knights or something. But as far as running it by themselves, nah. I mean, I don't think you're going to go to a tournament and be like, I win everything because I brought 5 Knights to the table. Not going to happen.
If you do, kudos to you, man. Kudos to you.
You have to be a really good player because, I mean, you're so limited in what you have on the battlefield.
Especially with objects secured.
Yeah. Well, and then you're playing an ITC style mission, you're going to be giving up a lot of kill points.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to do big game hunter. I'm going to do this.
Yeah, but you're looking at probably giving up a full 12. Top armies try to mitigate how many kill points you can earn off of them by going with small squads and stuff. You're not going to do it with knights. You bring knights, just like if you bring custodes, you're going to be giving up a lot of kill points.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the things. It's you'll probably versus a knight, you'll probably want to take at least with ITC, you'll probably want to take old school because you'll probably kill a knight first turn if you pour your firepower in it. So you get first blood, slay the warlord because that's going to happen. You can't really hide the knight character. So I mean, and then you're gonna take big game hunter. And then and there's that other one where
Titanic, right?
No, the other one where it's you pick their warlord or whatever, and then you get so many points for killing off their warlord, and if it's like a monster or whatever. I forgot that one.
Kingslayer, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, it's like Kingslayer or something. So you take those 3 every time, probably versus a knight, and you're going to win. Or you can take Recon or one of those ones every turn because you're going to be in the deployment zone if you're fast, and the knight's not going to be able to deal with it, So, yeah, I think knights are going to be very easy to go against if you have a mobile army or if you have a lot of firepower.
Yeah.
But if you don't have something to deal with, if you don't have something in your army that can deal with a lot of, high wounds, high toughness, and you play a knight army, you're host.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So that's why I said it's all about a matchup. If the list I just played with my Obsidian Knights that I played that Eldar guy with, if I played a knight army with that, I'd feel pretty comfortable. I'd probably want to win the game. I had a ton of las cannon shots, ton of predator shots, so I could see me killing a couple knights a turn with that list. But if I was playing my Grey Knights Custodes list and I faced a knight army, I'd be like, yeah, I'm screwed.
Maybe instead of big game hunter, you might want to take the Titan Slayer, especially if your opponent's running a lot of the armatures. You're going to drop them pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's for every 8 wounds lost by enemy units. The Titanic keyword in total, they earn a point. one point. If it's in armigers, lots and lots of armigers, they're going to be giving up those points pretty quick.
Yeah, I forgot. I haven't really seen the release, but to get the 3 command points, the extra 3 command points, you have to run. I forgot. You have to run like a certain number of. You have to have a certain number of Quester or Dominus or Armigers in your list or something. I forgot. I was trying to read about that for command points.
All right, so you don't get command points if you don't have at least 3 Questoris or Dominus. Yeah, Armigers patterns don't generate command points. Yeah. I think we already kind of were anticipating that.
Yeah.
So you won't see that, but you're going to see a lot more. That means you're going to still be able to field a lot of those armigers. And if you're like some of these other players that are trying to already figure out how they're going to do a competitive list, they're already talking about bringing a very, very cheap guard battalion to get their 12 command points.
Yep.
And so that's securing their backfield, giving them plenty of objectives secured, and then letting 9 armigers run rampant through your lines or your opponent's lines.
That's true, and because armigers got the upgrade with their weapons now.
Uh-huh.
You got the sweep attack or the normal attack. So you're able to take out hordes now with the chain blade.
A friend of mine that's really into crunching the numbers, like in a good way. He going up against like a good Dark Eldar list with blasters and dark lances, you're going to lose probably 3 to 4 of your armigers if you don't go first. Well, even if you do go first, that first turn, you're going to lose probably 3 to 4, realistically. I mean, if the numbers hold up and everything. But if you're taking 9, that means turn 2, you're going to make your move, and then you're going to be in charge range, and then at that point, you're not. I know Dark Eldar are very fast, but you're not going to get away because the Knights are very fast too.
Yep.
And especially there was that one command stratagem where it looked like they can basically teleport across the board. They still have to be 9 inches away, but they can still charge.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you're not going to get away, but yeah, you are going to take out a lot of Knights before they get to you. But once they get to you, it's over.
Yep.
It's going to be very hard. You're going to be hard pressed, I should say.
Yeah, but you got to remember when you're running 5, 6 models, it hurts to lose one, especially turn 1.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, I think that's why they're saying you're going to run 9 arbigers, because you run 9 arbigers, and then you got a couple other Knights backing you up. Losing 2 or 3 in a turn is not that devastating because it's taking fire away from the bigger Knights that are in the backfield or that are coming up behind the arbigers.
Because you can't let those armatures get into close combat with you. You can't let them get in your line. So, and you can't just piecemeal them. You've got to focus fire, take out one, focus fire, take out another. You got to keep. You can't just kind of nickel and dime them. As we just learned about the different. They've got to lose a lot of wounds before they start degrading. Yep. So you cannot screw around. You've got to take them out wholly one at a time. Nickel and diming is not going to be very effective. So 3 to 4 with the amount of firepower that a Dark Eldar army can do. Yeah, that still leaves 5 to 6 hitting your lines, and that's not going to be good.
Yep.
I don't know if they'll win LVO, but it's gonna disrupt a lot of mid-tier players, and maybe some of the top-tier guys are going to be a little challenged.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see Guard in the background having mortar teams. Dropping some mortar teams in with the Guard. And maybe a couple, just normal units to hold up your back lines, and then have the rest just armigers. Yeah, like you were saying, John, and that's going to be pretty dang brutal.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
They get the mobility.
Somebody just the Lantis, I can never say your name. Dark Eldar can outrun the Baby Knights, because the Baby Knights only have basically 10-inch movement, and then a 2d6-inch charge. But what I'm getting at is that their base size, you're going to have, let's say all the numbers work out, 5 to 6 and they have very large base sizes, they're going to
Too much.
you're basically going to have a nice overlapping coverage. So yeah, you can outrun, but they're going to get to you. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, they're what's that?
I got a
100 millimeter base just for the baby knights.
I think it's 120 by 60.
Oh, the baby knights are the round one. I think they're 120. They're fully round.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 120, or no, they're probably 90.
Yeah, I think it's 90 is what they are. They're 90. So
That's a big footprint, and when you've got, like I said, 5 to 6 of them coming at you, that takes up a lot of room. I mean, that doesn't take up the entire board, but that means that they're going to have great coverage. There's not going to be a lot of gaps for you to slip through.
yeah, and then the fact is their thermal spear, right? See, the biggest thing is they have actually a 14-inch move that they're not degraded.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so a 14-inch move, and then the thermal spear is it's only assault D3, right? But when you think about it, being assault D3 at 30 inches, that's a 44-inch range, and if you're within half, then you're also, then you get to roll 2 damage for D6, 2D6 and pick the highest. So if you're shooting at Dark Eldar or something, and you have that's going to be pretty brutal, because you're going to take out a Ravager maybe in 2 shots. If you hit with both and wound, there goes a Ravager.
Oh, yeah.
There goes a Raider. There goes a Venom in 1 shot almost, because Venoms are only 6 wounds. So I could see it taking down a lot of those top tier lists. I mean, I think it'd have problems with some of the other top tier lists I've seen lately, some of the Chaos lists and other things.
Those autocannons, I thought that was the profile for both of them. The heavy 2D3, that's per one. You have 2 of them.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. It says right there, 2 Armiger autocannons and a heavy stubber.
Oh my gosh.
And then you can run them in a pack of 3.
Oh my god. That's what,
12
D3.
But yeah, they move 14 and they got a 3-up save.
Yeah, I was looking at the Valiant earlier, so it's not not 10 inches, it's 14 inches. So yeah, they're gonna get some very fast coverage with probably a auto 6-inch advance, I guess, maybe. I don't know if they have that.
Yeah, I feel like GW already knows people are going to try to run a whole Armiger squads, because it says it's for 1 command point. It's called Pack Hunters, and use the stratagem for a household Armiger Warglaive from your army that your army has charged. Until the end of the phase, you can reroll failed charge rolls for friendly household, and whilst they are within 12 inches of that model.
Wow. Yeah, so that's, jeez. Yeah, they still might. They're not going to take out the really top end players, but those that are kind of they're almost there for top. They're almost ready for top level play, but they just keep getting the wrong matchups. And the mid tier guys, a smart player with these knights are going to be very devastating to the meta for the competitive play. And of course, it's going to be just fun to run for anybody who just likes to do casual or narrative games. These guys are going to be great.
Yeah, because the list I was kind of thinking about, they probably a little more competitive, would be you take a Preceptor, right? And then you take 2 Knight Gallants, right? And you load them up and give them the relics. You give one of them the relics for his chainsword, and the other one you give a relic maybe for the Thunderstrike Gauntlet. And then you have the Preceptor in the background, and then you fill out the rest with all Armiger Hellruns in the back, right? So then the question is, do I want to take out these guys that are going to come up and can do possibly 18 or more stomp attacks in 1 round, or strike down stuff dead, or do I take out all the stuff in the background that's going to be completely shooting the crap out of me, because you're going to get heavy 4d3 shots with each one.
Yeah.
So, and does 3 straight damage. It's only a -1, but so I mean, there's different ways I think that you'll see people running knights that I think can be pretty competitive, but it'll just be, it's like anything. A lot of those things you can try to minimize, but it all depends on your matchup too.
Right. And of course, the #1 factor, you could be the best player in the world, and dice rolls are at least 50% of the game. And you could be the best player, and you just have that one day where your dice are just rolling the lowest possible. and this knight player just screams up onto the top table.
I mean, I know what you mean, John. I mean, I am probably one of the top tier players in the world, and my dice fail me every game. If it wasn't for those dice, I think I could have won LVO last year. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, you and I were pretty much in the running from right before game one started. We were in the running for top table before game one. And then, you know, like you said, the dice rolls and our day to shine on top table it went away. But I mean, we are top level players. I agree.
It was my game two, man. I won my game first game really well. Game two, I walked on. I had 8 last cannon shots. I hit with 2 of them with Gilliman, and after that I was just like, damn dice. If I would have been able to hit with like 6 of them, like I probably should have statistically, maybe those world eaters wouldn't have gotten my lines that quickly.
Yeah. Probably, I'm telling you, what probably happened is that some Vegas Mafia group knew that we were going to be dominating that tournament, and so they got our dice switched out or something. The betting pool and such. So that happens.
Yeah, I mean, God, man, next year, I think I got this.
Next year.
Yeah, Jonathan was thinking about playing in the friendly.
Yeah.
They have a friendly game?
They have
the
a
friendly.
I think that's sold out.
No, the friendly was still up. I was actually really thinking about the narrative, but that was sold out.
Oh, I might try the friendly this year because I'm still just competing for. My main thing is to compete for the best appearance. So the friendly might be a little bit more my speed this year. I don't want to take away top spot from somebody in the championship.
TJ told me to play the big boy one.
Yeah, I told Jonathan to put his big boy pants on and play with the rest of us, and just not try to go in like last year. I don't know what his mentality was. He was like, "I'm gonna win it all," and then he lost first game, and he was like, "No."
No. Opposite. I lost, and then I was like, "Whoa, I'm gonna get drunk."
Yeah, and you had a good time. I think you should probably play game one like that and just don't worry about it.
That's true. I think it was the best part was my opponent kind of sucked. So after that, every opponent was great. I had good opponents. They were fun.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know why my friend Chris is not just on here liking the page and subscribing, but he sent me a message asking about the Chaos Knights and the Forge World Knights. First, Chris, and anybody and everybody watching, please like the post, comment, please, and definitely subscribe.
Yeah.
But we don't know anything about the Chaos Knights or the Renegades. Well, we know that there's going to be some Renegade information, but we don't know yet if it's going to encompass Imperial Knights. My guess, no.
Yeah.
You're probably just going to have the old school, the Gallant or the Paladin. You're probably going to have those again, or their versions of that, but that'll be it. And of course, we have no clue what's going on with Forge World right now and putting out books. We do expect that they will put out something addressing the Forge World models, but nothing as of yet. They're being very coy with the releases. Unfortunately, it's last year we lost Alan Bly, who was big head of most of the departments, and when unfortunately he passed away, it really left it really damaged how things were happening there, and they're now back on their feet and getting things moved around, and so we should see something for the Forge World Knights and Custodes pop up. I'm suspecting probably in the next month or two.
Yeah. I think as far as what I've been read, when you read about the Renegade box set, it looks like it's going to have the rules for the Chaos, Knights. But right. I think it's going to probably be a little updated from what's in the Index Chaos, But of course, the Chaos Knights have there's never been they don't have the classes. They just have here's your knight. You can take whatever freaking weapons you want to put on the damn thing.
Right.
Go to town.
And since Games Workshop is very adamant about, if they don't have a model for it, they're not going to do the rules. And yes, Forge World is a part of Games Workshop, but Games Work. If it's not an actual model that Games Workshop produces, boxes up, and sends out to your stores, like Atomic Hobbies and Ed and Games and Hobbies, you're not going out. If they're not doing that, then they're not going to make the rules for it, and they're just not going to do it. That's part of their policy, especially now with 8th edition. So
That is
what?
it sucks. I know it sucks. I don't like chaos. I don't like playing a bad guy, but I feel really bad when I play like Grand Theft Auto 5. I really do, guys. I feel really bad when I have to like fight the cops and stuff. But I understand that you guys want your Chaos Knights and you want your Renegade. You basically want to be able to take that Imperial Knight book and add it to your army. In the interim, as we mentioned last time, you guys need to get that book and just run them as Chaos Knights. Just use the Imperial rules. As long as you're not getting another detachment, a Chaos detachment, like Marines or Thousand Sons or Demons attached to your whole army list, man, just run those as Renegades. It's not gonna. It's just all about the appearance at the end of the day.
I want to run a night thing Saturday. I just thought about it, and I'm gonna think of it, just like a night battle royale kind of thing. So bring a night. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Night Battle Royale. That sounds like amazing.
Yep. Yeah, I think it rules. I want to do that.
You know what? You should have 2 teams, 4 teams, and they could be on. Well, you don't have a square table. I was going to say if you had a square table, you could do 4. 4 teams.
Couldn't you put 2 tables together and make a square table?
You could. Oh, that would make the range actually viable on some of these weapons, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You could do a 6x4. So it's 6x4. So you'd have a 6x8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could definitely do something like that, and then always get around. You try to match up with like everyone brings 1 knight.
Yep.
Yeah, and then have a big battle royale. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I like it.
I want to do that.
Make it happen, sir.
Yeah, just don't mess with the escalation league. That'd be nice if you kept that going.
Oh, that's of course that's going. Plenty of room for that, dude. I even had room in the tournament. We got
Easy.
during this movie tournament.
Yes, Rock'em Sock'em Robots. I love it. Good idea.
Yeah.
There we go. Rock'em Soccer Robots.
Soccer.
Hello from Denmark, from Helsingova, 1988.
Helsingova.
From Denmark. That is awesome, man. Good to see you.
He's 1 year younger than me.
You don't know what the 1998 means, my friend.
I'm going to assume birth year.
Well, maybe that's the year they got married or graduated from high school. You never know.
He could be an older gentleman, yeah.
Yeah.
All you want to assume everyone's just young like you.
Oh my God.
I'll be just hitting 30 there, Jonathan.
I was a freshman in high school.
Wait, what? In 88?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I forget you're so old, but you look so young.
Hey, that's cold.
Hey, you know what? You're still hanging with us, and you're young at heart. You seem young. I keep forgetting you're old, so that's a good thing, right?
Well,
reminded.
I mean, if you think about it, being in the military for 10 years, I'm around, when I went in when I was 29. So my peer group is 18 to 21. So, but everybody, my actual age group are all higher ranks, so I can't hang out with them. So, and then I come here and I worked at 2 different game stores, and going to college. My whole peer group has been like 18 to like 25 for the past, since about 2002. So I rarely hang out with people my age.
I'm old, man. I'm going to be 38 this year. Ugh.
Yeah.
Scary. I don't look it, though. I don't feel it yet, so that's a good thing. Alan's probably like 21 or something. He's like 22.
I'm 36.
Nice. He looks way. I tell you what, when he does that whole Ragnar haircut and beard thing, man, that guy looks like maybe he's in his early 20s, mid 20s. I swear, man, he pulls off Ragnar perfectly.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
Like Ragnar Blackmane?
Yep. No. Ragnar Lothbrok, sorry. Caught me on that one.
From the
No,
Viking.
Ragnar Lothbrok from Vikings.
Okay. My dad's super into that, and he's been doing his haircut like same thing kind of deal.
Alan's just so young, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's so young.
Yeah, you look at half the people and that's in the chat right now. 37, 43, almost 30.
No.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, this hobby really, I mean, there's really no age gap, especially when you start coming in to play games. Age goes out the window. It's like, oh God, what does that guy got? Oh crap.
Yeah.
You know, this guy's playing Dark Eldar, and he's got how many? 36 Dark Lances. And you forget instantly he's 12 years old. And he's probably gonna whoop your butt. You're just thinking about those Dark Lances. So you really don't, I mean, age doesn't really come into play with this hobby, man.
Yeah. You look at that and you're like, I'm going to pound you in oblivion, son. I'm going to teach you a lesson on how to play.
It's like, I'm going to crush this kid.
And then, like, you know, at the end of turn one, you're like, I'm so getting crushed by this kid.
One of the last tournaments I played, this poor kid, I wiped out half his army by the end of turn one, and I felt so bad. But he was having so much fun, and he was like making sound effects, and he's like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this happened! No, Sergeant so and so, no!" And the whole time I'm mortified. I'm like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna crush this kid's poor soul. I'm gonna crush this kid's soul. He had so much fun."
That's what Jonathan does to people. He just crushes their soul, especially when they're kids. So sad. He's just like this vicious animal. It's amazing. The first time he played me, like, just crushed me. It was just like, ha ha!
Hey, Alan and I've got an announcement for Warzone Houston, if you guys don't mind us.
Yeah, what's up?
Taking a moment.
They were like sponsors of it, right? Are the FNP like on the page or something?
Yes.
Wait, did we get added finally? Did we get finally added? Let me check.
No,
I
he
have
did not.
to talk to the boss.
Busy at work.
Okay.
Oh, no announcement. No announcement.
Okay. Oh, we're working on we've been doing a lot of new changes to the website for Warzone Houston. But yeah, we've partnered up with a number of companies and groups like FNP, Atomic Hobbies, Ed and Games and Hobbies, Inside the Gamer. These are our top sponsors for Warzone Houston. But we, after some careful negotiations and working out some deals, Jeremy and Joseph over at creaturecaster.com, that produces some of the most fantastic large-scale demon-style models. They sent us for prize support to Warzone Houston is 3 models. I'm not sure if somebody's able to get the picture up here in a moment. Once I'm done yapping my gums here, but it's the Lord of Malice model, the Lady of Arcana, and the Lord of Metamorphosis. These 3 models are, I almost cried when I opened up the box when I saw it. I expected like maybe some knickknacks or, you know, some gift vouchers or something, man. But these guys sent us 3 of their newest, most gorgeous models, and this is going to be priced. Alan and I haven't worked out what we're going to do with those models, how we're going to give them away as prize support, but holy crap, you guys get a chance, go to creaturecaster.com or even their Facebook page and like them. Only after you like FNP on YouTube and our Facebook page and subscribe. But yeah, check out Creaturecaster. Tell them thank you. And when you go to their webpage, man, after, of course, going to FNP and buying your swag, follow the link below. Make sure you go to Creaturecaster, order some of their stuff, man. Show them that you're appreciative of their supporting us. And, you know, like whenever you order something, they always have that comment thing in the end to say, hey, thanks for supporting Warzone. Because this is going to be, this is a big future partnership, and we can show that this is very lucrative to them. There'll be more to come. And no, they did not make a model of me. That would be awesome. Imagine having like a dual, like kind of like the Alfarius and Omegon with Alan and I as the as the leaders for Warzone Houston. That'd be awesome.
Do you have the
I would like to say something about Creature Caster. I was on I did jump on the Kickstarter just like I know John did. Those guys, some of the stuff they produced, I personally have 2 of the models, looking to get a 3rd, maybe even a 4th. You know, they're tall. You know, most of them are 5.5 to 7.5 inches. You know, they don't make. You know, GW doesn't really make a. You know, they have the Keeper of Secrets. They don't have a newer one like they have a new Bloodthirster, a new Great Unclean one. You know, these models, I'm not saying replace those, but, you know, sometimes people run 2 of the same model. You know, they might run 2 Keeper Secrets or 2 Bloodthirsters, you know, equipped the same way. These could definitely serve as a really good-looking alternate to be able to break up the 2 models that you have on table. They're super, super nice. Really clean lines, good, nice, solid resin. I love them. Absolutely love them.
I don't know how to share the picture on there of the Creature Caster miniatures.
on the left side? There's a little green box. Share, like you put your mouse near the Googles. Screen share. Just click on that.
I got it.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. There's Lady of Arcana. She is going to be available as prize support. There's the Lord of Metamorphoses. And the last one that TJ's got up on there is, what was it called, Alan?
Billy McBadass.
He's with the Lord of Malice.
Yeah.
Billy McBadass. That's what his name is, guys.
Yeah, Lord of Malice, I feel is a great alternate for, you know, or in addition to like a Bellacore model, since Bellacore is kind of an old, out of date model, and he's kind of small, and that Lord of Malice model is just really, really nice looking.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I like the other one too, the Slaneshi type one. She can be ran kind of Slaneshi.
This one?
Yeah. Hey, little tentacles going on. Very Zinch staff though.
Yeah, I think, well, especially at the name like Lady of Arcana, she might end up being very more geared towards, like, if you want to do her as a, or use her as a, or we do whatever, we don't kink shame here. Be a good Magnus stand-in.
There's that Floridian slip.
It'll get there. All right.
Oh yeah, Surreal asked a good question. He says, "Do you guys think that Sigmar is going to be doing a rule of 3?" I don't know. Has anything really been abused like 40K?
No, I think it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier. You know, Sigmar is kind of more of a friends get together, have a game, have some fun, maybe drink some beer, eat some pretzels, talk a bunch of crap to each other while you're throwing dice. Yes, it's more of a fun, narrative-driven story, so people don't abuse the 10 units of white lions for the high elves, or 15 of the sharks. You don't really see that in Age of Sigmar like you do in 40K. 40K they needed it because you had people running around with 6 Flyrants, or 5 units of Dark Reapers. That made sense, but you don't so much see that over in Age of Sigmar because I think it's more of a narrative and a fun style game. You can still run tournaments, but I see the tournaments being run more towards like sportsmanship and painting more so than like best general.
Yep.
This
That is very true. Let's see. Absolutely. Sorry, reading chat.
oh
Yeah, we're trying to get caught up on chat, guys. Sorry.
We want to make sure that we talk to you guys and make sure we answer any questions.
Oh, hey, since we forgot last time, I'm going to bring something up. Coming up, it's on pre-order right now and through July, but coming up in August, probably right after Gen Con 2018, the guys over at Ulysses North America had brought on the staff from Fantasy Flight Games, and where they had the games like the 40K games like Rogue Trader, Death Watch, Black Crusade, Only War, and Dark Heresy, the RPGs that let you play the characters and creatures in the 40K universe. Some of the best RPGs I've ever read and played. They've got a new one coming out called Wrath and Glory. Basically, what they did is they got all those designers for that game, those games over there, brought them over to Ulysses North America, and took all 5 game systems, supplements, and everything, and just smashed them into one big 400-page book. And this system is very much going to let you play everything that you could play before. If you want to have a space marine with a bunch of guardsmen running around, or if you want to try to do a rogue trader thing where you have a bunch of humans and maybe a human captain and an orc deck officer, maybe a Dark Eldar diplomat or something like that, you're going to be able to do a lot of crazy things with this game that's coming out in a few months.
oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. And if you go to your local store like Atomic Hobbies, which I think you guys are working on getting the free RPG stuff,
Yep.
And End Games and Hobbies on June 16th. It's Free RPG Day, and there's going to be a number of these as long as we can get them in. A preview game that's going to give you about 6 characters, pre-generated characters, ready to go, an adventure, and essentially, minus character creation, full rules for how to play the game. So if you want,
like D&D,
it would play. It's actually, I would say, play closer to Shadowrun.
okay.
You're using, you have target number. This is the number that these are number of successes you need, but it uses D6s, lots and lots of D6s. It recommends that you have 10 D6s and then 1 extra D6 of a different color. And this is your Wrath and Ruin dice. So basically, you could have all these great successes, but you roll that 1 on that the Wrath dice, and then something bad could happen. Yeah, you're successful, but something bad happened. Or you roll 6, something amazing is going to happen on top of your successes. So it's a simple system. Mechanic-wise, it's not overly complicated like the previous games where you're having to calculate the percentages and the negatives off those percentages to hit, and you're deducting damage values, and it got very complicated with the combat and skill resolution system in the previous editions. This new game, totally made from the ground up with that background. It's going to be very player friendly for beginners and for experienced role players.
Oh,
Very cool.
wow. You have a link for that?
I'll see if I can get the link up, but I'm going to show you. Here is a preview copy of what's going to be available on Free RPG Day.
That's cool.
And Aaron Dembski Bowden, an author for a lot of 40K stuff, had a hand in some of this, by the way.
He did?
Yes, he did.
He's writers.
Talking about it on his website. So let me see if I can dig up a Ulysses North America. See if I can find that here. And actually on their webpage, they have a download link for 2 characters that didn't make it to the supplement. So if you're interested in getting your hands on it, or get a look at two of the characters. Looks like one's a sister of battle. All right, where should I put this link? In the YouTube chat?
Maybe put it in the messenger chat and we could add it on to the live link at the bottom for like so people can see it. You know, but yeah, put it in the messenger chat and then I'll add it. We can edit the video and put it at the bottom for them.
Yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
That is so cool. Because I heard a lot about the GW kind of role-playing systems, and a lot of people really liked it. So,
yeah, I tell you, it's fun. Well, I like playing role-playing games, and this one really just really.
Oh,
Whoa.
sorry,
that was not me this time.
that was me.
All right, there. I put it in the messenger chat.
Nice.
That's a direct link to the pre-order page. You're not going to get it any sooner. So I would actually, instead of, if you just want to look through it and see what's coming and use a link, great. I would actually recommend you go to your local, your friendly local game store and get it. Support them because they're the ones that really, that's places where you guys are going to play your games and get your stuff. And if you're ordering online, that's great, but you're not getting it any sooner than everybody else is. So buy from your guys' local stores, please.
yes, please. But yeah, we're
I'm
having
gonna buy it online. Screw my local game store.
RPG.
I mean, why would anyone buy from your local game store? It's like the greatest place on earth where you go play, you have fun.
They provide awesome tables, terrain, and now
Well,
a video game system and a couch.
And I'll tell you, if you guys are worried about getting these pre-order deals, I don't have all the information yet for retailers yet. I'm waiting to hear back from, I can't even think the gentleman's name, and I apologize. But the retailers, it's like every other game that Ulysses has put out. If they've got a pre-order deal where you can get these things, it'll go up for sale on your local game store. We'll be able to purchase these, just pre-order it through them as long as they're accepting pre-orders for it. So once again, it's another reason to wait. Don't listen to TJ. Go and order it from your friendly local game store.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. As soon as I find one of those places, it's a local for me.
Carl said, I think this is one of your longest live episodes. It's 2 hours long. Usually they go, we keep it try to keep it an hour. A lot of times we'll just end up running over, and we had a lot of viewers, so we didn't want to just pop off. And I'm just reading all the chat. I'm catching up.
I have no idea I'm even awake right now. I'm on 2 different painkillers, and I've got Benadryl in me right now. I want to go to bed soon, but
Yeah, we're gonna have to cut the feed shortly because I was watching my daughter and I was falling asleep in a chair. So
That's okay. My son keeps walking over here. He keeps walking over here and saying, "Are you still live? Are you still live? I'm just checking. I'm still live. We're still going."
Are you done? Are you finished?
am I talking into the computer still? Yes, I'm live.
Yeah.
I'm talking to the world. All right, guys. I guess on that note, I know we got a bunch watching still, but it is pretty late. I think we're all got to get to bed and work, except for our UK guys who are probably just waking up. And that's why I think usually at a certain time people tune in, like it almost doubles. And I think a lot of the UK guys tune in, or a lot of the people overseas get to tune in. So anyway, guys, see everyone saying good night in the chat. Thank you so much for participating. And again, to all our Patreon subscribers, we just got another one, and they're totally helping us out because we need lights for the studio, as well as kitting the studio out to get sound dampering. So we're going to have some really cool stuff because any money that's donated from Patreon goes directly for FNP support. That's including, upgrading the dice or lighting, everything. So cameras, cards, the works. So thank you guys so much for supporting that. And again, anyone have anything else?
Nope.
No,
Well-
appreciate it, guys.
If you guys are going to be in the Houston area, beginning of July, July 7th, Warzone Houston is going on. You can go check out the website. You can also hit us up on Facebook. It's a ITC major event, and we're also having a Horus Heresy narrative event that I personally am super excited about.
Yep.
There's a lot of people even flying in from far as like Seattle.
Yep.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. Big deal.
Yeah, I can't wait to play. Got my list ready to go. I need to do a test run on it though.
I gotta get my nights ready.
Yes, you do. Couple days, buddy.
All right, guys. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
All right.
Good night.